Baby.
Hey, I think that you're not a YouTuber if you don't have a term on YouTube. It's a channel. It's channel. You can be, but you can't be a YouTuber and not be out here throwing vernacular here. Only Joseph Daddy has the monopoly on that market. Everyone else is failing. They look at the neck on YouTube. It's that old stereotypical mentality out here. You don't know what you're doing if you're not sounding like you do. But in any case, that's not what we're here for, guys. We're not politics on Zanzi. We're not about that. We're trying to get this guap first opportunity we get it out of SA. We've already had this conversation with our ancestors. You're gonna miss me as soon as I'm deep in my bag. But yeah, talking about the bag, we're looking at a few opportunities within the market, young attempts to secure that bag even. And then as you can see on our gold, on gold we are generally bullish on on our major structure. We're looking for price to be taken a lot higher to your 2100s, 20 2200 levels. But that's the long-term perspective. As you can see, we've reached our weekly supply, so we're obviously anticipating a lot of bearish selling pressure as soon as we get into this area. And as soon as I switch to the daily time frame, my first observation is this. I think there's an inducement range, but because it's a daily time frame candlestick, you can take a few intraday um, moves, because I do see the market coming up from where it is, hitting this area and then coming back down before it eventually shoots up. Nonetheless, not very likely something we're going to trade unless if the setup is very clear and we can find some proper 5 minute order blocks that actually do check out. It's low probability. We typically don't want to trade counter trend. But we do know that we are in that supply area, and so when large institutions close their position, there's going to be a lot of bearish momentum that you see, and it's going to induce a lot of people to take shorts from this position. Nonetheless, I'm gonna switch straight to the H1 time frame because there isn't a lot to talk about as far as that area is concerned. And as soon as we hop onto the 1 hour time frame, this is where things get really interesting, because we've had that clear break of structure to the upside, meaning that this has now obviously become our protected low. And so whatever happens, we anticipate that price is not gonna come anywhere below this area. And then along the area we see 1, 2, 3 rather obvious areas where institutions got involved, but there's one not so obvious, which I think my mind is largely drawn towards this area because I can see a liquidity sweep. It's very small. Let me actually change this um, to something that is more visible so that you guys don't struggle with that. But if you zoom into that area, you'll realize that there was a young sweep where price was actually not supposed to go above that area. Was not supposed to go below this area, but it actually shot up, and this is going to clear on your minor structure because we have a young change of character around these areas. Nonetheless, conversation for another day. We don't want to dive too deeply into that because we're not market prophets. We're trying to be wizards, and so ours is not to predict where the market is going, but to react to what price does as it does it. And so there are multiple possibilities from where we are. Price could continue moving upwards, or we could see price actually coming down, which is the typical movement style gold. They tend to shoot down all the way to your extreme order blocks, but definitely below the 50% um, the 50% of the range. And this is obviously for those who do not know how to establish the 50% area, and immediately what jumps out at you is this point of interest. However, the typical behavior of gold is to generally dive deeply into your into your discount ranges if it's going to make an impressive move to the upside. And so that's definitely something we'll be looking forward to And so just off the bat, this is our highest probability setup, having something of this sort. And then, now let me make this only visible in the 1 hour time frame. Yes, we only want to have this current and below. Cool. We have this as a possibility, and we're gonna move this all the way to this edge because it's going to be a while before we get down there. It's kind of tamikela go there in move at this thing because this is a 1 day movement, quite literally. I think this was on Tuesday, right? Yeah, or Wednesday, sorry. I'm gonna dive a little bit deeper into this H1 point of interest because it merits some introspection, and then I'm going to look a lot more into these areas to this is a second tier high probability setup. All of these other ones are going to be mid probability, and this is owing itself to my experience with gold, typically being a pair that likes to jump very deeply into our our discount prices. Cool. Jumping right ahead to the 5 minute time frame. Actually, we could have explored the 15 minute, but I don't want this video to be too long. The behavior we're witnessing here is sort of very, giving us that sense that we are indeed, experiencing bearish sentiment. This low was obviously protected, and so as soon as you shoot below this area, this gives us a change in the character of the market. So far, I mean, gold and double tops also gave us a double top over here, and this was around about the 50% area. So okay, we definitely should have seen this. We might see gold actually shooting back up before it pushes further down, um, but of course, like I always reiterate, guys, try to respond to what price is telling you and not necessarily what you expect or want price to do. Here was our institutional candle that obviously gave us the move down. It was tested twice. It gave us the new low and then it got tested twice. And so we're rather confident that we're going to see gold shooting further down. But our whole idea was to dive deeper into this area with the intent. Let me put this to the left so that it's not looking very decent. I'm gonna edit this part out. Put this at the same time. Okay, that's cool. And our tier 2 institutional area is this spot right here. This spot is looking particularly interesting for me. Specifically this last supply that wasn't tested. I'm seeing equal lows here. And so there's obviously tons of liquidity here. Banks are definitely going to wanna come lower into this area. So we're expecting this to get taken. Wish that could be darker, but it's whatever. Take care of that a little bit later. I'm more interested in this leg because we've got this very sharp bullish momentum to the upside, which has never returned to for mitigation. This is the last leg going downwards with a bit more supply introduced at this area to push it a bit lower for that sweep, and then we shot back up. And so it's safe to say this is our 5 minute order block as far as this area is concerned. She want me. Okay, MacBook, let us down again. Okay, guys, just a second. I'll probably edit this part out. Just gonna wait a second for my PC to load. But let me stop lying to you. I'm not gonna edit this out. You guys know how much time editing takes, and I'm giving you all of this free, high quality content over here. So you guys will forgive me on the editing part, but I'm not doing that. I'm sorry, mistress. Give me 0. This is where we at. And yeah, if price comes to this area, guys, one thing is for sure, it's supposed to give us a reaction, and because of the size of the order block, we expect also that yeah, because of the size of the OB, we can go in here with big lots, you know. But either way, on our funded account, we're not risking any more than 50%. I'm seeing something. I don't know if you guys see it too, but I'm seeing something here which may somewhat invalidate my analysis. We're taking all of these to the top side, and so our immediate, this is the area of our take profits. Our biggest partials are around that area. This is a what? 1 to 17. This is the only trade I need, guys, to pass my evaluation phase. Price comes down here, guys. I'm in the money. If you mess up on this one, don't even let me know, because I'm gonna be so upset. You can unsubscribe from my channel. I don't want you guys. I can't be giving you guys this free content and then you guys just throw it in the bin like that. Also, disclaimer: Forex is very risky, and this is just purely for educational purposes. Just so we clear, some police guy watching, someone from the SEC or the FSP Services Board. I'm not telling people to trade these things. It's all based on their condition and whether or not they want to take these trades. Nonetheless, I will be taking it. I'm talking about me. I will be taking these trades. And so yeah, here's where we are. I've got 2 high probability setups, probably the only ones that I'll be looking to take. Everything else will be a counter trend entry that I'll be looking to take down all the way to these areas very deeply. I'll probably take partials somewhere around my 50%. Yeah, right around these areas, the 50% areas. Otherwise, guys, yeah, that's it from me today. I'm not gonna break down too many setups. I think it's healthy to stick to 3 or 4 pairs, know and understand their behaviors very well, and yeah, stick to trading those. From me, Tanis Bebo, yeah. Like and subscribe, do all that fun stuff. Comment, share this video with your friends, let them know what's up. And yeah, drop us a comment telling us what you think about this video, what discrepancies, how you're viewing the market, what you're seeing differently, and we can get into a chat about that. Out.